to Faith Fiction Folklore, or the Try F podcast, where we try not to F the podcast up. And today we are talking about
Van Helsing.
Van
Van
Helsing.
Helsing.
Yes. Okay,
Starring-
so who wants to start? What do they think of this movie? Trevor, how about you begin?
Well, I think Hugh Jackman does a really awesome job in it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
of course, Kate Beckinsale always does a good job.
Yep.
But no, it was a very good story of telling like Van Helsing hunting down the creatures and all the action sequences, and it just keeps rolling.
Van Helsing's really like a mixture of a bunch of Brothers Grimm tales, right?
It's more like 1800s stuff. Wolfman,
Okay.
Frankenstein, Dracula, that Victorian Gothic novel genre.
Yeah, I like the beginning of the movie with where he goes up against Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's probably the best part, I think.
Yeah.
Cody, what do you think?
Great storyline. Drags you into feeling bad for the monster. That's cool. When a movie can make you do that. Hot vampire chicks. You know.
Technology
Good
was
movie.
ahead of its time, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a classic with the fam. We've all watched it probably 6, 7 times.
Oh my gosh. 40 lashes with a wet noodle. So
Don't tip me with a good time.
okay, I guess I need to give my opinion. This is
No,
this is a terrible movie. I love it, but it's a terrible movie. Structurally, it's awful. I love it so much.
Awful.
I love
Why
it
is
so
awful
much.
structural?
But it's like a little Debbie cake, you know? It's just like it's like this is not
Tastes
sound
great,
at
but
all.
it's not well put together.
Right.
Why
Yeah,
don't-
It's driven too much by coincidence. That's the problem.
Oh, I
People,
see.
one of the hallmarks of a sloppy movie is people always end up in the right place at the right time for no feasible reason.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, right, exactly. And it sucks because, like, for example, the monk finds the painting, you know what I mean, of the Dracula and the werewolf fighting. Without that, you don't get the rest of the movie. But he just happens to put his arm on a sconce, and then the sconce sinks down, and then he gets this random image that he doesn't know what it means. That kind of stuff is just the hallmark of bad writing. I'm sorry.
And the cesium grenade. Just so happened that they took it along, didn't know what it was for yet.
Yeah, right.
And
I
he
know
said
what
on-
it's
at
for
the
now.
right point. Yeah.
It's like, thank you for directing me thank you for calling attention to that sloppy bit of writing. But the line that he says right after that is, what was it? Van Helsing says, whatever, Carl, you're a genius. And he's like, I'm a genius with access to unstable chemicals. I did like that line. That was a good line.
I guess I like it so much because it does hit like every level of my ADHDism.
Oh yes. If you have ADHD, it'll keep your attention. You're bouncing from one thing to the next.
Fair enough.
I mean, it sucks because I love the movie, but it's interesting. Like, even though structurally it's not good, it still keeps your attention, and you enjoy it. At least I enjoy it. I find it great, and I think that's because it traded out any and all form of coherency for just strict pacing. Just get to the next thing. Get to the next thing. Who cares how we get there? Just get to it, and that works. The other thing I also like is I really like these early 2000 attempts, because League of Extraordinary Gentlemen did kind of something similar with this, but those early attempts to kind of combine all those Victorian era novels into one like coherent like cinematic universe. Like I always liked that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of the things that inspired the books I wrote, actually. But yeah, trying to fit Frankenstein into the same world as the werewolf, into the same world as the vampire, and it all makes
Speaking
sense.
of your book,
Oh, that's right. I
got
gotta plug it.
Time to plug it.
That's
Gary,
right.
plug your book.
Plug the
Plug
book.
it, hurry.
I got a paperback today. Yes. Yes. Looky here.
Since we're talking about vampires.
Since we're talking about
Nice.
vampires, The Familiar, available February 3rd. It's out.
Well done, sir.
I got to fix some issues with the print edition, but it looks good.
Yeah.
So you could buy it. It's awesome.
Are you going to autograph some coffees?
If actually more than 5 people buy it. So, yeah. Also, there's another thing I need to show as well. If you are interested in actually buying it, I have also constructed a website that you can go to.
An entire website.
An entire
For the book.
website for the books,
Heck yeah.
for the Annals of Psalm. And if you want, you can get it either on paperback, ebook, or audiobook if you can tolerate AI voices. I do intend to eventually read it myself or hire a friend of mine to read it. But for now, you've got an AI voice that I tried to make as interesting as possible by monkeying with it.
Is it like Morgan Freeman or what is it?
No, it's not Morgan Freeman. It is a robot. But but it's like you know how the AI voices. They're better than they were in the 90s.
Imitate the voice for me.
Well, I can just play it. Hang on a minute.
No, I want you to imitate it.
There's no way I can do that fairly. Hang on a minute.
Come on, give us a little snippet.
Imitate.
All right. Let's see here. Don't mute.
I can't hear it.
I know.
The character dynamics and themes in this story were in large part inspired by the lessons learned during that program. Thank you for your instruction. And thank you for fighting for the people in my small part of the world. May God bless you in the same way you were a blessing to me.
So, yeah, that's my acknowledgement to Dr. Henderson. So, when I first wrote the book, it was inspired, or at least I was trying to use vampirism as an allegory for addiction. And that concept kind of came from an addictions counseling course or program. It wasn't a course. It was a year-long program or 2-year program that I took a year and a half of. And my first professor was Dr. Henderson, and she taught us about kind of how relational dynamics also play a part in addictions, not just the drug itself. And so I took that concept and tried to apply it to vampirism. So I dedicated the book to her. So that was what you were hearing. But anyway, that should give you an idea of the voice. I don't think it's too bad. I would listen to it.
Yeah, not terrible.
Yeah.
I've heard worse.
Yeah, I have too. So the worst one I've heard so far is the Kindle. Like if you just pull up the text, read the text function on Kindle or whatever.
Oh, really?
It's terrible. Yeah, it's bad. But yeah, this is better. And so, yeah. And I will eventually do I'll either read it myself or I'll pay a friend of mine to read it. So,
yeah.
Heck yeah.
Somebody with a sultry voice.
So yeah, Sean Connery or somebody. Yeah.
Your mother, Trebek.
Gosh, I remember that SNL sketch.
That's what
That's
your
one
mother
of
said last night, Trebek.
the last good SNL sketches that I remember.
Right.
So, all right. So there's my shameless plug. Back to talking about Van Helsing.
Yep.
Yay, Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Good movie. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. I wouldn't give that.
Not what Gary says. Gary says 5.5.
6. I'd give it a 6. But I mean, again, it's hard because I really like it. I do love the movie.
The thing that confused me a lot was why did he? I forgot what name he gave Dracula gave him. And what was his name?
Called him Gabriel.
Gabriel. That's
Yeah.
right.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why did he start calling him Gabriel?
Because the idea is that Dracula made a deal with the devil, and he was like a servant of Satan, and Van Helsing, I guess, was What they seemed to imply was that he was a fallen angel sent to
The
Earth to
fallen
fight
angel,
the monsters. Yeah. So I don't know if Gabriel
That's
had
kind
actually
of dope,
fallen.
dude.
Yeah, well, that was I mean, it's an interesting idea that he was basically an angel that lost his memory and had to go and fight the monsters forever, I guess. So
Oh, okay.
That's pretty sweet.
it's
Yeah,
it's an interesting concept.
That part always lost me. I'm like, why did he just randomly start calling him Gabriel?
Yeah, they were going for a religious thing there, but
It's kind of like how when in Mark, when Jesus comes upon the demons and they're like, "We know you." Like,
Yeah.
I know who
Yeah.
you are.
yeah, exactly.
what do
So
you want with us?
yeah,
But Jesus didn't lose his memory.
that's true. That's true. You were actually allowed to write about and talk about angels back then, and that was actually kind of a big thing at the time. Was like the whole fallen angel thing. You had Constantine, the movie Constantine came out, and then you had Legion.
What do you mean you're not allowed to?
Well, now everybody's too communist. You got to write about trannies and all manner of people with complexes. So
Yeah.
otherwise, you're not representing.
Legion was a terrible movie, though.
I forgot all about it, so I'm sure it couldn't have been that good.
It was, what's that? His name's Jeffrey Chaucer in The Knight's Tale. Can't remember his actual name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets knocked down to earth, and it has to save what little humanity he can from. They're kind of like World War Z zombie type demonic
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I don't like that
everywhere.
shit.
Yeah.
I do like his acting, though. He's fun.
He is
Yeah.
a good actor.
He is a good actor. One thing I found interesting in this Van Helsing was the idea that like the monsters, like they really leaned into the whole idea that the monsters weren't really capable of controlling themselves. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, to
Yeah.
be fair, it's one of the things I don't actually like about the monster ethos, but to be fair, that is consistent with it. The complete loss of control, particularly in the Wolfman's case.
Well,
And they lean
become-
pretty heavy into that.
Yeah, the Wolfman becomes fully animalistic and base instincts.
Can't control anything, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's that gets a little bit into Gnosticism. The idea that some things are inherently evil and have to be killed because they are inherently evil, which I'm not exactly a fan of because that's kind of implies dualism, which I don't buy into. But that's kind of why I like the vampire a little bit better, is because the vampire is a perverting element. But even then, though, with the vampire, it's like unclear whether the person is still the person or if like a demon just takes over the body. The book Dracula, for as much as I like it, kind of seems to go either way. Like in Lucy's case, it's not Lucy, so they got to kill her. She's a tormented soul, but she has like no control in some measure, and so it's like killing her is like releasing her from her torment. But and it's kind of the same thing in Dracula's case, but they talk about Dracula, since he was such a childish personality in life, he's gonna do things the same way in death, so like he abandoned his army at one point during a battle and survived simply because he fled. And so because he's doing that, he's cutting Mina off from the curse or whatever, because he's basically fleeing. So they pull, Bram Stoker pulls from the actions of the guy in life, or what he thought to be the actions of the guy in life, and applies it to the vampire. So it kind of, I guess the book Dracula plays both sides, but I always found it more interesting when the vampires are human and they're like fighting their compulsions. So I guess like a Buffy the Vampire type, Slayer type vampire. Or are the underworld vampires? I guess the underworld vampires would be the types that fight the blood addiction or what have you.
They fight.
I don't remember. It's
stuff.
been so long since I've seen Underworld.
Yeah, I think that they can it's like a temptation they can resist in that universe.
I like that because you could apply it to like a parasitic infestation.
Right, exactly. I'm right there with you.
Or like beers, the more you drink, the more you drink.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not your will anymore. After a while, you black out.
Yeah, but you have to give in to it so much before you get to that point.
Right. Yeah.
So,
But I think the idea would be the monsters are just like they smash that button so many times they just don't have any control anymore.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that
gotta go.
idea.
I will be right back.
All right. Yeah, the one thing I will say that I don't care much for is the Frank in this movie is the Frankenstein figure. I liked him, but I didn't like him because he's so melodramatic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love him though. I mean,
do?
you know it's like it's a spoofy movie as soon as you get into it. So
Yeah.
it's like they made his character lovable, is what they did.
Mm-hmm. That's true. You do like him. You do like him. I do like the guy who played Dracula though too. I think one of my favorite lines in that film is he's like they lose one of the vampire women and the other two are all upset and he's like, hey, don't worry, I'll just get another bride.
Yeah.
And then they're like, don't you have a heart? And he's like, no.
No.
That's gotta be one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
The other thing is I found interesting was Kate Beckinsale's character, like they actually treat the concept of the afterlife as relevant. You know, like she believes she's going to go to heaven or she's trying to get to heaven. And, you know, when she sees her brother die, she's like, I'll see you again. Like they actually let the ideology of like there being an afterlife have like consequences in terms of the ramifications of how people see things. Like it's relevant, you know. I found that interesting too. I thought it was a little bit of a lame, I guess. I thought it was a little lame that there was a convenient werewolf antidote in a syringe in Victorian England.
Yeah.
I thought that's a little silly, guys. So, but you forget, because it's been so long since we've had movies like that, man, you forget the how everybody tried to go so big during that period of time. You just don't see that anymore, and I miss it. You know, you've got people doing like climbing ropes and doing trapeze stunts and swinging like George of the Jungle off giant precipices and things like that. It's like, man, I miss this. I miss this so freaking much. You just don't see that anymore.
I mean, they did it in like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's been like, how long has it been since the last Pirates of the Caribbean, though?
I think that was the third one. So
Yeah, they did it in the third one.
probably 2015.
Gosh, that's almost a decade or over a decade.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's depressing.
It all comes back around, man. Don't worry about it.
I hope so. I want to see
It all
movies like
comes
that
back
again.
around.
Movies suck right now. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, look where Hollywood's at.
Kathleen Kennedy's gone though. Ding
I
dong.
don't know who that is.
Oh, that's the woman that killed Star Wars. She's the bigwig.
Oh,
She's the bigwig of Lucasfilms. She's the
Disney.
reason, huh?
I thought Disney bought Star Wars.
They did. She's the head of that branch, though, of like Lucasfilm, or she was. She's gone now. Hooray! Yeah, she's
So
the
she
reason.
works for Disney or Luke?
Well,
or did.
Disney bought Lucasfilm,
Yeah.
and she kind of was like, from what I understand, she's kind of like the CEO of that department. I don't
Okay.
remember exactly. You know, she's not the CEO of Disney. That would be Bob Iger, but she was.
She was
like
the one that like booted Gina Carano and all that.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
that would be her. She is the reason Luke Skywalker died, and
Does she have blue hair?
she may as well.
Asking for a friend.
No, but she may as well. She has blue hair in spirit, so
Yeah. Not in flesh.
not in flesh.
What's her name?
Kathleen Kennedy. She is gone. So long, farewell.
Speaking of gone, I got 10% on my phone and my headphones dead.
Ah, all right, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, brother.
Yes.
Had fun. So you have a good night, man. We'll talk to you later.
You as well. We'll see y'all next week.
All right, see you, man.
See ya.
Bye.
Later.
All right, hang on. Let me switch us to the two
I
screens.
do not see any blue hair pictures.
No, she doesn't have blue hair. That was a joke, Trevor. It was a joke.
Oh.
So you got any more thoughts on Van Helsing, sir?
It's a great movie, and I'm going to have to watch it again. at some point to get my dopamine fix of vampires and werewolves and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of another.
Did they throw Frankenstein in that one?
They did. You watched
Yeah,
it a
that's
month ago.
right.
Yeah. They had Frankenstein in there. He was the key to the baby bats,
Right,
bringing the
right,
baby
yeah.
bats to life. Dracula's
'Cause
children.
Dracula needed the
That was another thing I
someone
found
to-
really hard to believe, though. It's like, look at all these thousands of babies. This is just from one birthing, from one vampire wife. You're like looking
Yeah.
at all these like weird things in this, cocoon gelatinous sack deal, and you're like, how?
how did
The
she
sack
get
is
that
as big as the
out of
vampire
her?
wife.
Yeah,
It's like, this is silly.
yeah.
And they'd hooked up like a bunch of wires and crap to each one of the pods, so apparently they needed an electric shock to come to life. And like, well, how did Dracula even put that together? So
Right?
there's a lot of little stupid things like that,
Yeah.
It kind of took me out of it.
Yeah, I wonder how they come up with
stuff
that
like that took me
lore,
out of
or
it.
if they just made it up themselves.
Well, they made it up. I mean, most of it's just made up.
Hollywood.
Yeah. Just being silly, unfortunately. One other thing I didn't like is that they made the order like multi-faith, like everybody had to be in there. You had like the Muslims and the monks and the Catholics and the Greek Orthodox, and they're all working together in the order. And I'm like, those
Oh,
people would
it's-
kill each other. Don't even start with me. So
It was kind of like a one.
one
one
religion
order.
goofy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, guys, that you're cute, but there's no way that's happening. Stop.
Yeah, that would
So-
not work out.
No, not at all. But they didn't want to offend anybody, I still had to worry about that.
Let's not offend anybody, so let's offend everybody at the same time.
Exactly. It's like, you do realize that when the monks, even the Buddhist monks who see them working, who see somebody from their religion working with the Catholic Church, they're going, I wouldn't be caught dead if those people. What are you talking about? Like, you ain't making anybody happy in that scenario. What are you saying?
Right.
Like, nobody wants that outcome. So, except the communists, because communists don't believe in anything. But anyway.
Those commie.
Oh,
Blank blanks.
those commies, yeah. So, I didn't like that.
I gotta be careful with that because my brother-in-law might be one here before long.
Your brother-in-law is going to become a commie?
Let's see. He's married to my sister, so what would that make him?
Are you... Well, just because you're a Fed doesn't mean you're a commie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, don't. Yeah, no, don't. We're being tongue-in-cheek anyway. So,
Or cheek and tongue.
yep. So, okay, back to the movie. So, let's see. What else? Is there anything else that we forgot to talk about? Is there a particular favorite scene of yours?
The part where they fight and he bites Dracula and he dissolves. That's probably the best part.
See, that
of the
annoyed
whole
me.
Movie.
That annoyed me.
What?
I'm like,
You
okay.
don't like him biting him?
I was like, look, they're vampires. They're vampires, man. You gotta have it through the heart. It's gotta be the crucifix and the steak and the garlic. It's gotta work. You can't just change the rules as to how to kill somebody, man. You
Well,
gotta play. You gotta play by some of the rules anyway. Otherwise, how's it a vampire?
His tooth
Other than
bang
just
was-
sucking blood.
His tooth bang was long enough. It pierced his heart when he bit him in the shoulder.
He bit him in the neck. Yeah. He bled out.
Yeah.
I was a little annoyed by that. I didn't care for it.
Oh.
I was like, that's the other thing I don't like is they never let the crucifixes work. These people would sooner set themselves on fire than let the crucifix work in these movies. It's kind of
Or set the
petty.
crucifix on fire. So
Yeah, it's kind of petty the way they always do that. So I didn't
Well,
care
that's
for that
Hollywood.
either. Yeah, it's Hollywood. They're chickens. But anyway, Sad Sons. Demi's channel. Jess says, check out The Familiar, available February 3rd. Thank you for that plug. Check out The Familiar. Don't forget to check out the website, GaryPaulVarner.org. That's GaryPaulVarner.org. GaryPaulVarner.org.
you should put where to go to order a book in chat, like a link. Can you do that?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Just
But if you type
go-
in GaryPaulVarner.org, it'll probably turn into a link, won't it?
Well, let's find out.
Let's find
Let's
out.
see. G.
Only we could take our fumbling with technology and turn it into an ad.
We're adding.
So yeah, I didn't care for the crucifix not working. That annoyed me. One scene I really liked. I told Cody one that I liked. The whole when the women are like, do you not have a heart?" And he's like, "No, none."
No, I don't.
I love that. I love that moment. And then the other scene I liked was when they fake the vampire girls out by making them think the Frankenstein monster's in one carriage, and then he's in another carriage, and then they put the stakes in there with the nitroglycerin, and so, she gets staked and dies. That was a good scene.
Yeah.
That was a good scene. I like that scene.
That was a very cool weapon.
Yeah. So, is the link thing working, sir?
It's taking me to your Substack. Let's see.
That's .com. There's GaryPaulVarner.com, which is the Substack site where you can read the Star Wars Exiles and my science fiction reviews. I don't know where I'm at on the Substack. Which series am I going over on the Substack ones? Hang on, I can check that out really quick.
I want that newsletter part. Let's see.
Far as the science fiction reviews go, I am currently... Good night. It's not letting me... I think I must be signed out of everything. Of course I am. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I am currently working through A Sound of Thunder. Do you remember that movie, the really cheesy Ray Bradbury? Like, it's a really cheesy movie based off the Ray Bradbury story.
No, I don't.
Cody says, Wolf Den Detailing says, "Website looks fantastic. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it." Yeah,
There we go.
There we go.
I shared it.
Trevor put it in. www.GaryPaulVarner.org. That's www.GaryPaulVarner.org.
Where you
All
can
right.
order a book.
And if you want to go to www.GaryPaulVarner.com, you can go to the Substack site. And we are working through A Sound of Thunder on there. And Mind Matters News, we're working through 2001: A Space Odyssey. If you want to go to Mind Matters News, that's where the articles are there. But yeah, they're further ahead, and I'm not a big fan of Kubrick's stuff, unfortunately. So
Why not?
his pacing is terrible. It's just terrible. Like,
Is it like my pacing?
no, it's worse, dude. Because no disrespect, I love you, but no, like you have two acts of that film with different protagonists that go basically nowhere. And by the time you get to Bowman, who's like, the main guy who has to go fight Hal in the sense, you're like waiting for the movie to switch POVs at any given moment because you've already had two POV switches already. So I got 8 articles on that one movie. That's how much I didn't like it. So,
Wow.
Yeah. So
Or
anyway.
how many do you have on Aliens?
Oh my
No,
gosh.
Aliens was a lot.
Oh my gosh. I lost count. It's like one movie had like 3, then another had 4, then another had 5. I think the most I had was 7 articles, like thousands and thousands. Like I could. It's probably enough to fill a novella on how much I didn't like the Aliens franchise. At least those later movies. The worst one was Resurrection. No, it wasn't Resurrection. It was 3. Aliens 3. That is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Didn't we do a review on that one?
I don't know if we did a review on Aliens 3. Maybe we should, because it is terrible. But it's clearly more propaganda basically. So, anywho, back to Van Helsing, because that's the one we're trying to wrap up. So
we forgot about what we're talking about.
Yeah, hang on, let me get my
Hey,
poster
you
up.
see it? It's greatest.
I don't have the poster anymore. So, yeah, I liked the Spike scene. So, and you liked when Van Helsing killed Dracula by biting him in the neck, which is not how you're supposed to kill a vampire, but whatever. So,
Well, fight the power.
fight the power, yeah. So anyway,
Bite the narrative.
but I enjoy Van Helsing, even though it is structurally speaking pretty bad. There's a lot of little things I don't like about it, but it holds your attention. And I miss that swashbuckling adventure type movie. I miss it, man.
Yeah.
Hope to
I
see
wish
more of
they'd
it come
do
back in
more
the
of 'em.
future. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. All right, man, I think we've said enough. It's time to move on to segment 3. So if you are watching this on the live stream, stay with us. We've got one more segment left if you are watching this after the fact. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Faith, Fiction, and Folklore. If you did, we would love it if you would subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Rumble. We can also be found on X, Instagram, and Facebook. And we are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Thank you again very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.